You like to think you're just unlucky, don't you? You keep blaming the timing, your family, the lack of money, the circumstances. But deep down, you know the truth. You had the chance. You saw the door open, and you chose to stay still. Not because you feared failure, because you feared success. Because deep down, you don't believe you deserve it. And that is the most cowardly thing that exists. In this video, I'm going to show you what's happening inside your mind, why you get to the edge of victory and pull back, why a part of you prefers the familiar pain of failure over the discomfort of success, and most importantly, why you spend your whole life blaming everything around you when the only real enemy is right here inside. This is not motivation. There's no inspirational music, no redemption story. It's just a truth you've known for a long time, and that you do everything to avoid facing. You don't run because you're weak. You run because you don't think you deserve it. It's not something you think about when you wake up. Another day, sit in traffic, go to work, earn little, and tell yourself everything is fine. This happens down below, in the place you never visit, the place you buried under work, distractions, and blaming others. And every time something good gets close, a voice inside whispers, "Who do you think you are?" And you obey, without noticing, without questioning, like always. You know what's most disturbing about all of this? Your mind is not trying to destroy you, it's trying to protect you. Because deep down, you created a belief that you have a limit, and that crossing that limit is dangerous. So when you get too close to success, your mind panics, and does what it always does. Creates a problem, invents an obstacle, sabotages a relationship, abandons a project. You were programmed for this, and the worst part, you wrote the code yourself. And then the cycle starts over. You fail, you feel the pain, but the pain is familiar, and what is familiar feels safe. So you comfort yourself. You blame the boss, you blame the ex, you blame the economy, you blame the timing, and you swear to yourself that next time will be different. But next time comes, and you reach the same point. You see the same open door, and you shut it yourself, again and again and again. You know what's the most brutal part of this cycle? It doesn't make noise. It doesn't scream at you. It just quietly steals. It steals your years, your potential, the version of you that could have existed. And every morning you wake up, that version gets a little further away, a little harder to reach, a little easier to forget. Until one day, you stop missing him altogether, and you call it acceptance. But it's not acceptance, it's surrender. But here's what nobody tells you. Self-sabotage doesn't come with a warning sign. It doesn't show up directly. It disguises itself. It shows up as tiredness. Not today. I'm exhausted. I'll start tomorrow. It shows up as common sense. I need to plan better before I act. It shows up as humility. Who am I to want this? It shows up as caring for others. I can't focus on myself right now. People are depending on me. Every excuse seems reasonable. Every delay seems justified. Every step back seems smart. But deep down, it's the same voice, wearing different clothes. And it's good at this. It knows you better than you know yourself. It knows exactly which excuse you'll accept, which fear will paralyze you, which moment will make you pull back. Because it's not your enemy, it is you. The part of you that learned to survive by staying small, and that panics every time you try to grow. You don't need to kill that voice. You just need to stop obeying it. Now I need to ask you something. How many years have you already lost? You don't need to answer out loud, but think. How many times did you get close and pulled back? How many projects did you start and abandoned halfway? How many better versions of yourself did you bury with your own hands? And you know what's most cruel about all of this? Time doesn't come back. Every year that passes with you stuck in this cycle is a year you will never recover. This is not dramatic, it's mathematical. You have a finite number of years, a finite amount of energy, a finite number of chances, and you are spending all of it running from yourself. Meanwhile, life goes on. Opportunities pass. The people around you grow, and you stay in the same place, with the same excuses, with the same cycle, with the same voice in your head. The price of silence is not paid all at once. It's charged every single day, in small installments that you barely notice until you do. And by then, the weight is impossible to ignore. So we've reached the most important point. I'm not going to give you a list. I'm not going to give you a method. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'm going to show you two paths, and you will choose one of them, consciously or not. The first path is to continue. Continue the cycle. Continue the excuses. Continue obeying the voice. Continue shutting the doors you open yourself. It's the easiest path, because you already know every curve, every pain, every defeat. It's familiar, and what is familiar feels safe. The second path is narrower, more silent, more lonely. It's the path of facing it, of looking at the voice and not obeying, of reaching the edge and not jumping back, of feeling the discomfort of success and moving forward anyway. There are no applauses on this path. There is nobody rooting for you. There are no guarantees, just you and the choice. And what separates these two paths is not talent, is not luck, is not timing. It's a decision that you make alone, in silence, without anyone watching. And that will define who you are for a long time. You know what day everything changes? It's not when you find motivation. It's not when life gives you a second chance. It's when you're alone, at night, in silence. And for the first time, you stop lying to yourself. You look at everything you could have been, at everything you let die, at every time you reached the edge and jumped back. And instead of blaming someone, you just breathe and say in silence, "It was me." The most dangerous man in the world is not the one who has no fear. It's the one who looked into his own abyss and didn't look away. If this video made you feel something you didn't want to feel, it's because it was exactly what you needed to hear. There's a lot more on this channel. Subscribe. No pressure. Only if you can handle keep looking in the mirror.